All paradox is impossible. The Everett Wheeler Graham or multiple worlds theory is correct. All possible quantum states, events, possibilities, and outcomes are real, eventual, and occurring. The chances of everything happening someplace at some time in the superverse are 100%. These are the words spoken by a man who claimed to have unlocked the secrets of space and time. These are the words of the enigmatic time traveler John Titor. John Titor is a name that appeared in several online bulletin boards during the early days of the internet. Mr. Titor first appeared on the Time Travel Institute forum under the name Time Travel Zero, where he claimed to be an American soldier from the year 2036. He had been tasked to visit the year 1975 and retrieve an IBM 5100, but stopped of his own volition in the year 2000. There, he released several details online about what he called the inevitable future and quickly became the subject of international controversy. However, before even one of his predictions could be tested, John Titor vanished, never to be heard from again. Some say he returned to the future, others claim he decided to proceed with his mission. Still others believe he died here in our time, leaving his purpose unfinished. While the final fate of our errant time traveler may be unknown, his actual life is not. By piecing together the little details John posted over several months, one can form a relatively detailed account of his world. According to these details, John grew up in a shattered future. He was born in Tampa, Florida, and spent most of his early life inside a fort that was once the University of Florida. His world lacked much of the infrastructure we take for granted, forcing people to live in small family enclaves. John once claimed he was unable to imagine living even a few hundred miles away from his family. His future was also said to be far more violent and perilous than our present, a place where not even children could escape danger. In fact, John claimed he first joined the military at the age of 13 when he became a member of the Fighting Diamondbacks, a shotgun infantry unit. While John Titor was present, he made it a point to answer every question asked of him. By doing so, he made a number of predictions about the world. For instance, the man from the future claimed that very soon the United States would be engulfed in war. According to John, the Second Civil War was to begin in 2008, setting the stage for international conflict. This war, he said, would split the USA into 5 territories, each warring with the others. Furthermore, other nations would soon join the conflict via economic and logistical support, causing a rise in international tensions. The Olympics and all related international institutions would be permanently abolished. Warfare and intrigue would become the sole methods of political discourse. Eventually, all the tensions would erupt in a brief yet savage World War III. It was only after this conflict ended that CERN was said to have discovered a method of traveling through time by making use of miniature black holes. John claimed he used this technology to travel back in order to warn us about the terrifying future that lay ahead. Of course, the year is now 2025, and none of the events John Titor described have come to pass. Many have claimed this as proof that everything John said was entirely false and that his future was nothing but a myth. Moreover, a few reporters went a step further and decided that the whole thing was a hoax perpetrated by one man, Larry Haber, the CEO of the John Titor Foundation and a former entertainment lawyer. When pressed for answers, however, Mr. Haber refused to comment, offering only a single tidbit of information: that he was once the lawyer of John Titor's mother. For these reporters, the case was closed. They believed they had proven that there was never a John Titor, unless, of course, John himself had changed the course of the future. Now, to understand the multiple worlds theory, we need to break it down with examples. This is how John Titor explained the world lines and what he posted regarding it in the forums.
You have to let go of this idea of time as a single line moving from past to future. It's actually comprised of infinite lines all running parallel. We call these world lines. Let's say, for example, someone murdered you. By traveling back in time to prevent it, I create two divergent worlds. One where you're killed, one where you're not. The same basic idea is true of all such actions. The traveler splits off to a different world line. Contrary to your beliefs, time is not a river flowing from past to future in an inexorable current. For example, let's say I go back in time and kill somebody we'll call A. Doing so will lead to an alteration of what is known as the divergence number, and the world line will shift to a universe without A. When a world line shifts, people's memories are changed accordingly. So, memories of the world in which A continued to exist are nullified, overwritten with memories of a world line in which his life was cut short by my actions.
Some sources claim that before John ever revealed himself as a time traveler, he appeared under the name Time Travel Zero. In one early discussion, he spoke about whether the future could be changed. He ended the exchange with a chilling phrase, "It's too late. I wish it didn't have to happen the way it will." Yet, some believe his true purpose was not to predict the future, but to prevent it. According to this view, John's warnings were meant to stop his timeline from ever coming to pass. One theory is especially intriguing. In the classic interpretation of the multiple worlds theory, a time traveler who alters history can never return to the future he left behind. If that's true, John may still be here, somewhere in our world, waiting for the time when his words are needed again. Thanks for watching.